Hey ladies, it's your girl Truly Inspired Martin, and you're not here by chance. Nah, baby, this is on purpose because what we do here is equip and empower you to become the woman that you desire and deserve. You are here because you are ready to restore, reset, and reclaim your life and increase your emotional intelligence. That won't happen everywhere, but here we make shit happen. So let's get it. Hey ladies, it's your girl Truly Inspired Martin, and baby, we are back and better than ever every Thursday, 7 a.m. Catch us on every podcast platform. And I know you've been out here working on you. I see you, girl, doing what you do. But guess what? The journey continues. So if you are truly ready to go from BS to success, welcome back to the Recrown You podcast. Everybody wants to be, but nobody wants to do. Girl, it's time to be real, raw, and relentless. Everybody wants to be, but nobody wants to do. You know it's time. Recrown you. What's good, y'all? It's your girl, Truly Inspired Martin, and welcome to another episode of the Recrown You podcast. Ladies, welcome. Welcome back. Welcome in. Whatever brought you here, baby, I'm so happy to have you. So shout out to my loyalists, my baddies. All right. That means you've been around for a minute. That means you've been sticking out there. You on your journey, and I love that for you. If you're a baddie around here, though, you are real, you are raw, you are relentless, you are resilient, and you are resourceful. And shout out to my newbies that done stepped up in the building. You done took a chance with your girl, and I love that for you. See, here, we're a family. We're a community of women that really want to make shit happen. And that starts with a level of accountability. That starts with not being someone that just wants to be, but you want to do the inner work. You want to do what it takes to become. And that is how we move over here. So we're going to give you a lot of resources. We're going to give you a lot of information, a lot of real, raw stories and things that you can take notes on and things that you can internalize and shuffle through your brain and see what fits and what doesn't. So you can always take what you need and leave what you don't. But one thing we're going to do is give you the tips, the tools, and the resources. But the implementation, the work is on you always and forever. So happy day to you. Yesterday was Valentine's Day. I hope that you took some time to love on you. Took a little time to love on you in a whole different way. Okay. Like, I hope that you took the time, regardless if you're in a relationship or not in a relationship or whatever that looks like for you. I hope that you took some time to find what brings you joy, what makes you happy, right? Um, a lot of times we get so caught up in seeing what it looks like out here and feeling some type of way about it or feeling some way about ourselves. But I want you to understand that I am not, okay, not NOT, so far removed from what it feels like to be single that I don't remember those feelings. I don't remember those emotions. I don't remember those days when I felt some type of way or I felt less than or whatever emotions creep up on you today. I am begging you to not let that be the defining moments for you, baby. It's about love, love for others, love for self, love for whatever it is that you love to do. Like, do not allow what it looks like for you right now to be your end all be all. Like, it is not that. But here's one thing that I need you to know. Round here in these streets, on these truly inspired streets, on these recrown you streets, on these BS aborted streets, okay, we stand a self-awareness queen. And if you over here rocking with me, if you are trying to be in alignment over here, that means you are willing to do the work that it takes to be a self-aware queen. All right. And being self-aware is very important to not only the way that you move in life, but the way that you move, period. Right. Everything around you has to scream, I know what's up. Okay? Like I'm not so far removed from what is going on in and around me that I do not know what is going on internally, externally, right? So just so I can give y'all just a little bit more by definition situations, right? So let's talk about self-awareness in since we standing, right? We standing for those people. Self-awareness is the conscious, Lord, listen to me, conscience. Help me, Lord. Self awareness is the conscious knowledge of one's own character, feelings, motives, and desires. It is the ability to reflect on oneself and recognize patterns in one's thoughts, behaviors, and emotions. Through self awareness, individuals can understand their strengths, weaknesses, and how they are perceived by others. So there's two different types of self-awareness, right? So we got internal and external, right? And I always talk about the inner and the outer work, right? What you work on the inside will show on the outside. So when we talk about internal self-awareness, right? That is the recognition and understanding of one's internal states, preferences, emotions, and thoughts. Like knowing how you feel, what's going on inside, that mental health, right? Those emotions that are happening inside of you, the thoughts that you go through on a daily basis, the things that you like, don't like, the things that you prefer, don't prefer. All those things play a part into your internal self awareness. It's knowing thyself, right? And then when we go into the external, right, the internal will showcase on the external, right? So this pertains to understanding how others perceive us in various contexts and situations, helping us to navigate social situations. So this can also tie into boundaries, right? So if you know internally how you feel about certain things or how you perceive certain things or how you would like certain things to go in or around your life, by you knowing, you can then convey this information externally to those around you so that they can know how to move accordingly. And you'll also be able to see how others you have the ability and the capability, the capacity rather, to see how people might perceive you. Or even if you don't have it in this moment, you have the ability to see how something can be interpreted or perceived by those on the outside, right? Depending on the situation, the context of the situation, the context of the information being relayed, right? Like being aware of self is so important, right? Um, and it refers to your internal insight. Like you got to know what that looks like for you, what your patterns look like. Hello? What are your values, your aspirations in life? What are your emotional needs, right? Sometimes, um, even as men and women, knowing what you need emotionally is sometimes the detriment of why things don't work out because you don't really know what you need for yourself. So, how can you require something from others that you don't even know what you need for yourself, right? And it's crazy because a lot of these things that we talk about so much in adulthood actually like starts in our developmental stages. I think somewhere around like 15 and 18 months. Like we start to cultivate this skill with experiences in our life, right? We start to be real cognizant of patterns of things that we do, right? Or things that we might value or what we want to be when we grow up, right? And just kind of just knowing what makes you sad, what makes you happy, what brings you the utmost joy, right? What are things that you would prefer, or how do you want to be perceived? Like all those things start to play a part in our lives, right? And it really makes us reflect on things. Like you start to become curious about, like, why am I triggered by that? Right? You start to understand your patterns, right? I told you all about cycles and patterns before and how it impacts who you are as an adult. Like, think about all those things that have happened, things people have said to you, actions that you've probably taken yourself, things that trigger you, and you just can't always pinpoint why it triggers you, right? It's all about you taking the journey to understand what the history looks like as to why you feel the way you feel, right? And it really calls you to become like just a little bit more in touch. Like some people call it soft, whatever, but you're really just becoming more in touch with your emotions instead of running away from everything that you feel all the time. It gives you the capacity to just pause. and kind of just be with that for a second. Like, okay, I feel the way I feel because, and that's one of the things that I always say to my girls or anybody I'm talking to. Like, if they feel some type of way about something, let's always validate that, right? Like, let's validate the fact that you feel the way you feel. Your feelings are valid. How you feel is valid, regardless of how somebody else feels about how you feel about what you feel. What you feel is valid, right? And being okay with saying my feelings are valid and how I feel right now is valid is you becoming aware of how you feel. It's self-awareness, right? And then you start to kind of compartmentalize like how you're going to do that. Like, I want to be aware of what my strengths and my weaknesses are in this moment, right? And you'll be able to really be able to compartmentalize that. Like, this is how I feel. This is what I have the capacity to do right now. This is what I don't have the capacity to do right now. And guess what? That's okay. So, as we grow in life and we really get to know ourselves just a little bit better, you get this natural sense of self-worth, self-awareness. Like when I be talking to y'all and I be like, know thyself, like take that journey. Every day I'm learning something new about me. And as long as I done been with my man, we've been together, what, 10 years in July. We still learning things about each other every day. Because guess what? People grow, they evolve. Their wants, their needs change. Their emotional needs need to be met in a different way. People change, they evolve, they grow. And you got to be aware of that. You got to be aware of that journey, right? People are never going to always stay the same. I don't want to be with nobody that stay the same all the time. Like, baby, that is so mundane. That is so boring. Like, I need some kind of ebb, some flow. Now I'm not saying I'm trying to be down for the struggle love. Struggle love ain't where it's at, baby. Struggle love ain't where it's at. But I'd rather be with somebody that I'm willing to go to bat with, right? Not at each other, but go to bat with you towards the goal. Like, somebody else gonna throw the ball, we gonna hit it together. Like, I'll be I'll be your groupie, baby. Like all of that. Like, I want to be playing for the same team as you. I don't want to be on the opposing team. I don't want to always have to fight. And man, that struggle love is for the birds. Been there, done that. Who doing that no more? You still out here struggle loving and allowing him to do what he do when he do it? Baby, that's not. I'm not here for that. But even if just for this moment, you take the time to just know you, to know what your wants are, what your needs are, what your like what's that thing that you really just be putting up with, but you know you really don't like it? Start taking note of that stuff. And know that you are enough, regardless if it seems like you're doing too much or whatever it is, you are enough. So when we're really doing that deep dive into that inner work, that internal work, that self-awareness that we talked about, like, you got to ask yourself questions like, how do I see myself? Hmm? Do I know who I am? Do I know what I need and want? Shit, are my values even clear? Like, do I know my values? Like, y'all be talking about standing on business and all of this stuff. Like, do you know what your business is? Like, what are you standing on? Is it clear? And are you willing to brave the discomfort of self reflection? Like, are you willing to really go to bat with self and challenge everything that you know you about to dig up? You about to dig up some stuff about yourself. And during that period of self reflection, are you willing to be uncomfortable in order to get yourself to a place of being comfortable with self? Sit on that. Are you okay with making choices that you're happy with and stop making choices and decisions based on other people's happiness while negating your own? What does that look like for you? Like, if you really gonna stand on being aware of self, like, what does that look like for you? What does that look like for you? You gotta have an understanding of self before you start trying to attach yourself to everything and everyone around you. And you know it too. Like you out here acting like you don't know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. And you know what you ain't been doing. But you know what you need to be doing. I need you to find what that looks like for you. I need you to understand that. You know what I started to realize, like after I really started to take this journey of figuring me out, figuring things out, I started to realize that I can do a lot of things differently. It helps me to be more productive in a lot of situations by me just being aware of what my capacity is. I can be so much more productive if I know what does productive look like to me. How much can I handle, right? Sometimes we put more on us than we can take. Sit on that. You'll start to really develop relationships. Like y'all always talk to me about how I, always build these relationships, connections, network, or whatever with people. That's me being aware of who I am and knowing who I am. I'm gonna show up as that person every time. You can't meet nobody that ever met me and said that I ain't show up as the same person every time they've known me. And then the next person will tell you the same thing about me. I'm always the same person. I don't change. If I feel some type of way about something, you're gonna hear about it. Or it's gonna show on my face. One or the other. But at the end of the day, I'm aware of what some of those things are that bother me and some of those triggers, right? And I understand myself in relation to others. I know sometimes where I do not fit and where I should not be because it just doesn't work for me and how I operate. And all of these things help me to set like real what's the word? Smart goals, right? For myself, life and career, like overall, like setting real goals for myself started with me understanding me. Like you setting smart goals, what's that? Specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. I think that's what SMART stands for. Like setting real goals that can be achieved because I know what my capacity looks like. So many times we trying to chase down goals that ain't even ours, man. We trying to do things that don't even fit the mold of who we are. And then we're stressed, we're anxious, we're busted and disgusted. Baby, you don't gotta be. If you can just be a little bit more in tune with self, if you can stop chasing somebody else's dreams, somebody else's goals, and make it do what it do for you, that's a whole different monster there. When you really unlock your inner level, like you out here unlocking levels for yourself, like that's a different monster right there. But knowing who you are is unlocking a whole nother level of self. And I want you to tap into that, right? But as I know that, y'all probably just went through a whole lot of different things. So shout out to the lovers and the friends out there and the friends that love their lovers and the lovers that love their friends, whatever. Right? All of the things, I want you to be aware of self. Not only during this period of Valentine's Day and whether you're, in a relationship or in your singledom, whatever that looks like, I want to make sure that you're always checking in with self. Always. I want you to emphasize the relationship with self, whether you're with someone or not, because baby, you still got to be able to stand 10 toes, married or not. You still got to be able to stand 10 toes, single or not. You have to be able to know thyself in order to move accordingly. So, let me help you with a couple tips. So, go ahead and bust out that notebook. Or if you're driving right now, make sure that you go back to this moment right here. Okay. This moment right here. So let's go ahead and bust this down. So, number one, I'm going to need you to take some time to reflect on your desires, boundaries, and goals. Journaling can be a powerful tool to explore your inner thoughts and feelings. Journaling is a game changer. Just dump it all in there. And there's this new feature. I don't know if it's on all iPhones, but I know it's on the new iOS and or on the new iPhone. There is a journaling feature on there now that you can lock the journal and everything, but you can literally just, they're trying to make your phone your end all be all for everything. But I still love me a good pen and paper. But if you're trying to be able to do the old school, what was the name of those? Those journals back in the day, I used to have one. You could put a little lock on it, put a little number on it. I swear it was like the coolest journal, or it wasn't Polly Pocket. That don't even sound right. But one of them things where you used to be able to put a little code on there and lock your journal so nobody could get in. They came up with a way to put that on your actual phone now. So journal, get those feelings out, learn what your desires are, and start to create boundaries that work for your life. Number two, be kind with yourself, please. Like, acknowledge your feelings without judgment and treat yourself with the kindness you have offered to your homegirl and your loved ones. Okay? We do it all the time. We give grace and mercy to everybody else. But for some reason, we beat ourselves to a bloody pulp. I'm going to need you to give yourself that same grace and be kind to yourself. Number three, appreciate the freedom to make choices for yourself, like explore new hobbies and make decisions that align solely with your personal growth and happiness. What I tell y'all earlier, you got to be able to stand 10 toes on your own goals and your own decisions. That does not mean if you're with someone that y'all not going to have goals and hobbies and things that y'all do together, but who are you when nobody else is around? Like, can you function if your significant other goes away on a work trip for a week? Do you just lose yourself in that person, or do you still have the capacity to say, well, I'm going to do my blah, 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 because this is my hobby. I'm going to do this for my personal growth. I'm going to take this class. I'm going to work out. I'm going to do this because I'm still my own person. Before there is we, there is me. I need y'all to understand that. And I say this in any arena. Before there is we, there is me. So I need you to make sure that you know who you are before you try to join forces with someone and lose yourself completely in that person. Number four, positive people only. Who you surround yourself with will make or break you. So keep folks around you who understand your journey and who support your growth. I believe truly that community can be found in the most unexpected places, y'all. Like, have y'all ever been like in these Facebook groups and it be friends looking for friends? Like, give yourself the ability to meet someone new, to get a new friend. Like, give yourself the ability to do that. Stop shutting everybody out because somebody else done did you wrong in the past. Give people a chance until proven otherwise. Get in a social club, or shoot, sometimes in the comment sections on some of these shade room, neighborhood talk, whatever, all these different posts, if it's a similar topic that is of interest to me, and sometimes me and I can meet a friend right there in the damn comment section. We talking about the same thing. We kiki and laughing. Girl, go ahead, slide in my DM. What's up, girl? What, what's up, girl? You want to go shopping? You want to go out on a brunch date? Whatever that looks like, y'all. You got friends all around you. Stop playing. Number five, therapy is always a win. Okay. It helps to navigate this transition. It's a sign of strength to seek support and gain insights in your own well being. I go to therapy. I love God and therapy. What y'all talking about? What y'all talking about? Talk therapy is amazing. And these people have been trained in certain things, and you ain't always gonna get the therapist right the first time. I done broke up with two of them, y'all. So let's they human too, right? But sometimes you gotta bust a couple moves until you find the right person for you. So look into therapy. There's mad ways to get therapy. Therapy through your insurance, therapy for free, therapy. Like, look it up. There's so many resources. Number six, go see some new shit. Plain and simple. Travel near or far. Travel is my self-care, baby. I love to see something new. I love to see something new. So, like, take a creative class or something. Like, do something you've been putting off. Use this time to do something that excites you. And yep, I want to challenge you to do even that thing that's in the back of your head right now that you like, girl, I can't do that. Yes, you can. And you should. Because time waits for no one, baby. Tomorrow could be gone. And what if tomorrow never comes? Will you say that you've died empty and lived full out? Or are you just gonna keep playing on the fence? Go do that thing that you've been holding off on. What the hell's wrong with you? Number seven, practice mindfulness. I've been really working on this part, y'all. Practicing mindfulness, it really helps to reduce anxiety and increase feelings of peace. And to be honest, the whole mindfulness situation is definitely giving main character energy. Like, that's the vibe I'm on. Main character energy. Like, get my zen together. Really, like, tap into the meditation, the yoga, and like spending time in nature. Like, I tried to ground myself one time, and I think that was enough. I ain't really want my feet in the grass like that. It wasn't really doing it for me. But I'm finding different ways, y'all. I'm finding different ways. And even during this time when you might not feel your best, sometimes you look in the mirror, you don't feel like you look your best. Like, mentally, you just not all the way there. I'm going to challenge you because I did this. I'm gonna challenge you. Put that shit on. Put on that little sexy outfit that you've been waiting to wear. Like, you've been waiting to wear it because you like, damn, I need to lose like 5 more pounds, or damn, this was supposed to be for him or her, and we not together no more, or whatever. Put that thing on and step out. We outside. Put that thing out and step out. Go to your local bar, live music, wherever single folks be at, if that's what you're looking for, or whatever it is, or just for you. Just go hang out somewhere, sit by a bar, whatever, little coffee spot or whatever. Enjoy your own company. And if it is somebody you looking for, they might just come enjoy your company too, because they see you looking how you look. Okay? Over there looking how you look. But I really want to encourage you to just empower yourself. Empower yourself with the tools to really know thyself, to love yourself, right? And like, trust God's timing. Like, trust me when I say I done been through hell and back. And I'm like, yeah, this ain't in the cards for me, God. But thanks for looking out. But even in the weirdest of situations, the moments that don't feel properly aligned with your timeline, God already got it figured out. So trust the process. Allow what's happening right now to happen, and watch how things just work when you do the work. So I don't know if this did anything for you today, but I know it did something for somebody, because these words that be coming out of my mouth be straight from where I know my help and my words come from. And that's G-O-D, baby. So if this resonated with you at all, do me a favor, share this episode with someone that you know, that you love, that you think needs this. And we always appreciate any type of reviews or feedback on any of our podcast platforms. We love to see it. It helps us to know what type of things y'all want to hear and what direction that we really need to go in. We are here for you, to help you, guide you, to make a way for you to do the inner work, because you deserve what you desire in its purest form. And I'm here to see you walk in your power as the badass that I know you are. And that's on period. So I can't wait to hear from y'all, and I can't wait to see y'all on the next episode. So in the meantime, in between time, I'm going to catch y'all next time. It's your girl. You know it's time.